Alright, welcome back to Showcase. Last we saw CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre and Bad Blood. So next, CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back, it was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth. Enjoy the show. Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline in Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely on Seth. We were set to battle at the first Raw of 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025, the start of a new era, and beat Seth Rollins in front of the entire world.
Seth Rollins.
Seth freaking Rollins is motivated as we've ever seen it. This is personal. The people are singing Rollins' song. This is Rollins' battle cry as he heads to war with CM Punk. CM Punk's training school to redefine himself in his craft. Rollins and Punk would reunite briefly in NXT, and then the Shield would become mercenaries for Punk. But Punk would leave WWE for personal and professional reasons. Talk negatively about WWE, while Rollins carried WWE on his back for a decade. CM Punk would return to WWE 14 months ago to huge fanfare, the support of the fans and many in the back, and that didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Seth freaking Rollins versus a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk.
Here comes CM Punk.
First singles match since October, since that brutal Hell in a Cell match against Drew McIntyre. It's Punk's first match on Monday Night Raw, period, since 2014. Seth Rollins prides himself on being the absolute workhorse of WWE. You have to imagine he sees that as a point in his favor here, a clear advantage he has over Punk. CM Punk and Seth Rollins, two men are completely beloved by the WWE Universe with incredible talent, their work ethic, and their passion and drive.
But as similar as they are in those respects, where they have diverged has become a point of contention between both of them, which has brought us to this point in the main event of a historic Monday Night Raw.
A magical Freaking Rollins faces off against the man who has
CM
become
Punk,
his
Seth
arch
Rollins.
nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, they really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight. Taking things to the outside, but got to make sure to heed the officials' count. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return in Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE. And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year.
Double action.
Victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
Heading out to the crowd and back to the ringside area. And CM Punk is leaving no breathing room here.
And CM Punk is keeping the pressure on, completely taking it to Rollins.
To the outside.
Taking this match to the outside. It looks like things are
And back into the crowd.
the WWE Universe.
Trying to find his bearings, but it looks like the end is near.
Well, what the plan is here? Oh, you know, just mingling with the people.
What a kid.
Punk famously said the night after he returned to WWE, quote, "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money." He said he doesn't care what others think of him anymore, and he's proven it true thus far.
That may be true, Corey. A master on the
Starting the
microphone
count.
like Punk doesn't often let words of others get to him, but certain actions
What a
can
job.
still set this man off. And that is true.
Indeed, we saw Punk lash out at Drew McIntyre recently when the Scottish Warrior stole a bracelet given to Punk by one of his biggest fans that bears the name of Punk's wife and their daughter. Rollins can find something similar to set Punk off and could give him the mental advantage tonight. CM Punk has been very public about the many injuries that Rollins has suffered over the years. He'll no doubt be looking to target those areas tonight.
Missing the drop kick.
His lower back, that surgically repaired knee, will bring it to rest. There's no doubt that Rollins is something of a moving target tonight, at least in Punk's eyes. But Rollins can target Punk too. Don't forget about that triceps injury from last year, because Rollins definitely has it. CM Punk has suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago. And CM Punk
On top.
Rollins on the crossbody.
And Rollins catching him.
Able to run through.
With amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins, we've seen it throughout his career, and now catching
GTS.
CM Punk with a GTS. Punk
Using Punk's own
fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety, although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg. And now just mocking and having his way with Punk. Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet. Wait a minute!
With a curve shot.
Oh my goodness!
Using Rollins
Is
move.
it another kick out?
But Rollins kicks in.
Seth Rollins with his own stomp. I'm coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
In years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS.
Catching him.
Another one of his own. Oh, and he
Another
comes in.
DTS.
And Punk
Punk kicks out.
kicks out. He breaks the pin before
Yeah, immediately.
Before the 1 count, he's going to be having a laugh. But a lot of plays
Let's
can't
go with a drop here.
Seth losing any command of this match.
Yeah, now Punk's got Rollins in as vulnerable position as we've ever seen him.
Rollins is a opponent with a bulldog.
Counter by CM Punk. Punk fire.
Opponent lifted up. Draw. Meet me.
GTS.
That's going to keep Rollins down.
Punk's got the anaconda by CM
But Punk not done.
Anaconda by submission.
And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold. Might have felt like he was losing a grip and
Didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission.
CM Punk hoists his opponent.
And another GTS.
Will that sum this up for Punk?
there's two. He kicks out. So
Rollins kicks out.
Rollins staying in this thing. Some would even say he's far too stubborn to have things end like that.
Punk took his best shot, gave him everything. He just couldn't get the pin.
Jones players taking them both out.
Gets lifted into position.
With a scoop slam.
He's parked in the corner. Seth stalking him.
Rollins into the corner. And Punk moves out of the way.
Quick maneuvering, managing to avoid that physical blitz. Oh my, boot to the spine right there. He wants him back up so he can knock him back down.
Yeah, but needs to be aware of the referee's count. And he slides him back to the mat. Kick to the back. Oh. What an interception.
Turns them inside out, a dragon screw. Oh, taking advantage with a clubbing blow.
That's a
What a move from Rollins.
DDT. Making way toward the top rope. Look out.
Landing straight
He's getting
on the
these,
knees, not the intended outcome. Punk's had enough, he's looking to end this here.
Another GTS.
Connects. Come on, that has to be enough. Cover.
CM Punk wins.
Beats Rollins. What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM Punk once again showing why he is indeed the best in the world.
This truly was a battle between two men at the absolute top of the mountain when it comes to professional wrestling. This really could have gone either way a number of times, but in the end, Punk had Rollins' number.
Yeah, but don't think this is over for Rollins. If anything, this result is only going to enrage him even more. Set him off even more on his self-imposed crusade against CM Punk.
Alright, that's good for this episode. Looks like this time come Monday Night Raw. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Next time we'll see the next match. For now, that's been Top 6.